Well, hey, it's been a while. Back out on Lake Nighthorse here in beautiful southwest Colorado near Durango. Doing something a little bit different today. I'm going fishing on my sup. It's a really beautiful morning. Nice and cool. It's gonna heat up later, get windy. Anyway, haven't been on the water in a while. Wanted to make some new content. Decided to do something different and take the paddleboard out with a little bit of a jigging setup. Let's see how this goes. So what I have is my ice fishing setup. Pretty compact altogether, battery, sounder, using the ice fishing transducer there. Makes it a little bit easier to get out here. I don't have to mount anything permanently or semi-permanently to the board. Yeah, so I just brought a jigging rod, a net. Got this ice fishing sounder here. Gonna go and tie up on that buoy and see if I can't catch any kokanee on the bottom, or trout, brown trout, rainbow trout. Let's see what's out there. Thanks for watching. All right. Marking some stuff at about 75 feet. Let's get our stuff down there. Okay. So it's actually pretty low entry to bring a paddleboard out onto a decent lake and jig for a morning. You don't even need a sounder, though it helps. You can target fish to jig at in the column a bit more efficiently. So if they swim above you, or swim above your lure rather, you can very easily bring your lure up to where they are. You see them down below, drop your lure down. So an inexpensive, striker 4 like I have for ice fishing is perfect. So you just get it one of these ice fishing things that you can lash down on your board with the integrated battery, and you're good to go from that point. Now what you don't want to do is lose your fishing rod or your paddle or your net. So getting some little leashes like I have here is pretty smart, I would say. So other than that, you just bait and hooks. That's all you need. One of the nice things about the paddleboard versus my Old Town Salty 120 PDL is that there's no hull slap. So less to scare the fish, in my opinion. I'm only going to be out here for about an hour and a half more, so hopefully we don't skunk it entirely this trip. I want to get at least one bite. I want to get at least one fish in the boat. I want to leave my viewers hanging. Okay. Slightly larger spoon, just a little Castmaster. These are pretty good for jigging. I've caught a fish or two on this particular lure just jigging it. Let's see if this dog will hunt. So I got a piece of corn dropping down. I wonder, and looks like there's fish coming up to intercept it. Yeah. So it's been pretty hot here the last few weeks. We have about 10 days left of this heat before our monsoon season starts, and it starts to rain pretty regularly. So I'm definitely hoping to get as much time out on the lake before we get into monsoon season. Let's see if we can get a fish on the board. Catch and release today. Alright, got something on the sounder. Check above it. See if he comes over to say hello. Had a little bit of a bite, I could feel it. These guys are looking at this. No luck on the bite so far. Let's switch out. They inspected that one and were not really interested too. Now, one thing I did notice when I was looking at my Windy app is that it is not a good solunar day for the bite. So what that app does is it uses this solunar calendar, and which is based on the relative positions of the sun and the moon to predict the activity levels of animals and fish. Some people swear by that stuff. I find it interesting. I mean, I don't know enough to have a really strong opinion. I did lose my bait there. I wonder if that was something to do with it. But yeah, so it is possible that just because the solar calendar is not ideal, that we're going to have a hard bite today. Very possible. So I'm going to try 15 minutes more here, and then I'm going to go over there by the brake buoys and try my luck there for maybe another hour, and then head home if nothing else. I'm going to post this video whether or not I get a fish, just because, you know, I don't think there's as much of this kind of content. Paddleboard content, anyway. All right, let's see if this dog will hunt. All right, came up to this fish. Let's see if he's interested. So, let's look here. All right, so in this app, Windy app, you see we have this particular lake, and on this particular lake we get this bite meter here, you can see, and we have very weak bite. And you also see down here that the wind's going to pick up here within the next, you know, hour and a half or so. So a good time to want to change locations and then give it up if necessary. Awesome. So let's change places. Let's move over towards the wave break. There's definitely fish swimming by over here. That's encouraging. I'm going to use a much smaller, brighter lure. I used this Swedish pimple. It's an ice fishing lure, but whatever. Oh, look at that. You could have All right. Look at this guy. Well, I almost turned my camera off and forgot about it. Look at this guy. Little rainbow. Okay, let's get this guy going. There we go. Pretty fish. Keep him in the water there. Yeah, let's get him moving. Yeah, let's get you going, guy. Pretty fish. Yeah, there you go. Get going. Come on. There you go. He'll be fine. There he goes. Oh, I was not expecting that. That's fun. Got All right, so that's actually the first fish I've ever caught on a Swedish pimple before. And I did it casting when I bought the thing for ice fishing. So that's pretty funny. Let's repeat the feet. There's a fish following it. There was a fish following. I could see him. Dang. Let's see if we can repeat that feat. So you see, not only can you jig from a paddleboard, you can cast too. Well, wasn't as good a day as I had hoped it would be, but that just gives credence to the solunar calendar that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, jigging didn't work out today, but we did get one fish on a cast unexpectedly. Wasn't even ready for that. Those are the best bites, right? The ones you're not even ready. You're like talking to friends, or you're daydreaming, or thinking about some other issue, and then that fish bites and you're like, whoa. It's good fun. Well, that was a little bit unexpected. Came out here to do some jigging on the paddleboard with kind of like a side thought of maybe doing some casting. Pretty much skunked it on the jigging, but as you saw, managed to catch a little rainbow on a offhand cast with my little Swedish pimple. I've actually never caught a fish on that lure before, so that was nice, and I bought it for ice fishing, so there's not that much precision to fishing. It's a lot of luck and just being in the right place at the right time, having the right presentation, and so much of that has to do more with the fish than you. So keep fishing, guys. Thanks for watching.